What's poppin', everyone? It's your girl Hyatt's Flow, and I'm back with another, is this a banger? Banger! So in today's video, as you guys can see, I have officially quit my retail job. Yes, exactly. I quit my retail job, and ever since then, let me tell you, I've literally been living life. I've just been living life. I'm going to be talking about why I quit, what I'm going to be doing next, and also everything that had to do with the work environment as well, because I think your work environment is very, very, very important. Before I get started on today's video, make sure you're already subscribed, because I don't know why you're not subscribed yet. Hello! And make sure you turn that notification bell on so you never miss any of my videos, all right? Drop a comment down below and let me know what else you guys want to see next. So the main number one reason why I just could not put up with working at a retail job, I worked at Victoria's Secret, and not a lot of people knew that. A lot of people thought I was just a influencer that made all this money and off making content. No. Being an influencer is very, very hard, especially if you have a job with it besides the influencing, and then you have someone who bosses you around, you get me? I honestly never really spoke about where I work, just because when people would already see me at my job, they would kind of freak out and fangirl, and I honestly was working and I didn't know how to react during those situations. So I was like, I'm just gonna put myself out of the situation, and it kept happening more and more often. And I was just honestly not comfortable with that anymore. Not saying that the fans pushed me away or anything. That was something really weird that I had to deal with kind of almost every day, every week. One of the other reasons why I did leave my retail job at Victoria's Secret were the customers. Customers are very rude, and it's crazy because I never really took into consideration when I would go out and shop myself how much you can impact a cashier, an employee, or anyone who's selling on the floor, how much you can impact their day. And I would always, you know, in the morning I would get cool, calm customers, and then it starts getting really busy in the afternoons, and oh my god, people do not know how to act. And I mean this when I say this. Everywhere you go, treat everyone with kindness, respect, and love, because you don't know what that person's going through, and I don't think a lot of people understand the impact they have on other people's lives. And I just want to talk about this just because, one, it's not fair for someone who's working the cashier. I got treated like a robot. Customers would treat me like I'm just bagging up their stuff and I'm a robot, and they can speak to this robot however they wanted. I hated that. I hated that we couldn't speak back, because one, customer service is everything. I get that 100%. As someone who runs their business, I get that. Customer service, customers always right. Sometimes we would just get really customers. Victoria's Secret was already on thin ice. Everything that the CEO was already saying, and I get that 100%. It's not something he should have said. One day it was our semi-annual, you know, and I didn't give my 2 weeks. That was my fault, but then again, who gives their 2 weeks nowadays? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave. I'm gonna leave just because, one, I can, I'm a grown-ass adult, and two, for my happiness, for my mental health. I would wake up every single day and I'm like, ugh, I have a shift. And I would count like the hours, and like, I think that's what my problem was, that I was just so ready to leave every single day I clocked in. And then I was just waiting for the moment to leave, the minute to leave. And I think that just really got to me. I've had previous jobs where I had to work with customer service. When I say having a retail job is probably the freaking worst job you can ever have as a human being. One, because people don't know how to treat you. And two, they think we're robots. Every time I would walk into Pink, the lights were so bright. So I was always like, yeah, cool, Pink. I would walk into Victoria's Secret and the lights were so dark, and as soon as I instantly hit the floor to Victoria's Secret, a huge cloud of darkness just hovered over me, and it stayed throughout my whole shift. As soon as I clocked out, I was happy as hell to get out of there. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I love the people I met, everyone there. It's just something about being in that door itself was just dragging me down. And I have plans. I have different plans now. I plan on making so much content. I plan on helping people with their mental health, because let me tell you, my mental health was going to crap. I was waking up every day feeling like someone owned me. My sole purpose is to heal people and help people. I cannot do that while having a retail job. And you know what? Energy and energy leeches are very real. I felt like some people were just always so mad, so they would take it out on me. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let you do that. And I hope that you reflect on that later on. Do you get me? I was just always trying to find any possible way to help a customer out, but customers are just something else. And then I swear, as they get older, they get crankier. And oh my god, especially if you don't got a receipt. If you don't have a freaking receipt, do not make a big deal about your return. That is your own grown ass fault. okay? That is your grown-ass fault. Do not go making a scene. I remember like 2-3 years ago, this one influencer made a huge scene for Forever 21 workers because they wouldn't give her full refund because she didn't have a receipt. And as a retail worker, I was like, good for the workers. Good for the workers that they actually stood up to her because she was throwing a fit. She was throwing a scene. If someone doesn't want to talk to me, I'll instantly feel it. If someone does want to talk to me, I'll feel that too. I can feel energies, and when I was at work, I could automatically tell. It wasn't like harassing the customers, but it was more pushing them to buy more things and add bras. So we would line up outside this was during COVID. I don't know if they still do this, but we would line up outside and there was like a line leader. And if you have a whole line, right? And you try to connect with the customer before they get into the store so that you know what they want. 100% smart, genius, genius. But if they're here and they're like, no, I'm just looking, and you can tell that they don't want to talk, or they have their earphones in, take the clue, yes or no. Why would I want to talk to someone who has earphones on and clearly doesn't want to talk? One, I know people have anxiety and they just rather walk in there, get what they want and leave. I hated the fact that we had to connect, we had to know what they wanted before, their name even, like it was just so crucial. I remember one time my district manager, I was literally like, the lady didn't want to talk to me. She didn't even bother to look at me. She walked straight in with her kids. I said hi. Not a single hi. Okay, cool. They don't want to talk. So I let her walk in. My district manager's watching with my store manager, and my store manager goes in the walkie, hey, are you not talking to the customers? And I'm like, they just walked in. I'm not gonna go in front of them. And it was stuff like that it was just so unnecessary. And I don't think the company knows. I feel like we would peer pressure people into buying these things. 2-3 days later, they come with the fat ass return. Why? Because they didn't even want to buy those things in the first place. We pushed them to buy it. I was struggling with mental health for the longest, and I get it. Everyone has their own crap at home, but you're gonna slap a mental health awareness on your windows and an LGBTQ. What are you doing about it? You feel me? And that's where I 100% felt like it was my time to go. It was my time to leave. I worked there for about 2.5 years, almost 3. I just felt like it was time. You know, I texted my store manager, hey, I don't think I can come in anymore. And it was like an hour before my shift, and I feel so bad, but I just wasn't gonna deal with it anymore. I wasn't gonna deal with customers, any associates, and it was just like, or managers and stuff. And I just felt like, you know, there were some managers that did things, and then others that would just boss you around. It was kind of like when your mom, as you were younger, would ask you to turn off the light because she was too far away, or if you could grab her a cup of water, coffee, but she was too far away, so you're gonna grab for her. It was kind of like that. Pretty much, my new plans are to start creating more content on YouTube. I want to spread more positivity. I just want to be able to help people out because 2 years ago, I was in the worst state ever. I literally would cry every morning, didn't want to get up of bed. Let me tell you, the first day I quit my job, I was depressed. I was very, very, very depressed. I was like, what did I just do? Should I call them back? What should I do? And I was just so like, you know, in bed the whole day. Then came the next day and the next day and the next day, and I felt so much better. I've literally just been living life. Like, I've been going to the beach, I've been going on little trips, I've been exploring nature a little bit more, I've been spending more time with my dog, more time with my boyfriend, trying to make more content for you guys, and that's what I want to do. I feel like my sole purpose is to teach people and to bring light to stuff, because I feel like there's not enough talk about that. Social media and influencers make it seem like this beautiful, beautiful like life. They have their struggles as well, I promise you. It's the same for me. I don't have the perfect life. I don't think anyone has a perfect life. I've gotten to the point where I feel like my happiness and my mental state is far more important than rude customers, than managers not caring, the company not caring, and it is what it is. You know, I had a good time, but unfortunately, working for someone is not in me. It's just not in me. Be kind and loving to one another. I think, and that's the thing. People look for answers. People look for answers to a lot of things, right? Love and kindness and happiness is really the answer to living a good life. If you want to be healed and if you feel like you're stuck somewhere, talk to me. Talk to me, talk to friends, get out there into nature, read a book. Read a book. I'm being dead ass when I say read a book. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoy talking to you guys about all the positive things that make me happy and what I've been doing to make myself better in all aspects of life. Make sure you're subscribed already. Hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my videos. give this video a huge thumbs up and drop a comment down below. Let me know what other things or what other topics you guys want me to talk about. And like I said, feel free to message me on my Instagram. It's somewhere over here. And let's talk. Deuces, guys.